I've talked to my friend Brandon about this idea, and as soon as I told him everything, he tried to find flaws here and there, but couldn't find anything wrong with it. And I just really think that this could end up being a movement, and it's gonna drive society and this country to a better place. So let's start with, I've put everything down on my website, Crafty Nub. This is a website that sells CNC machines, and it's also got a shop here where I sell different items from machines to parts to finished products, vacuum flask, and gifts for men, basically. And you can customize your CNC machines right here at Crafty Nub, my store. I can make those machines for you. Like here, this machine or this machine, I can all customize these machines for you right here at Crafty Nub. Okay. Anyways, so I've put everything, all my thoughts about this idea on my website in the about section. Let's go through this one by one. So reviving homegrown excellence, crafting our nation's greatness. I put an American flag here because I think, this nation is not what it was. It used to be so great, but now it's kind of like broken into parts. Okay, moving on. Reclaiming greatness. The Crafty Nub mission for domestic manufacturing. In an era where globalization has stretched supply chains to the furthest corner of the globe, there's a growing movement that seeks to bring the heart of production back home. So this is us. This is Crafty Nub. We're trying to bring back production. Everything that we produce, that we use in the U.S. is produced from China or elsewhere in the world. We're dependent on them. At Crafty Nub, we believe that the path to a nation's greatness is paved with the efforts of its own people, crafting, innovating, producing right in their own backyards. When I think about this, I imagine the entire country, everyone is putting in effort to make the world better because everybody is crafting, innovating, and producing. You're not just farming vegetables or animals anymore. Because what I used to think is that you're only producing when you're farming vegetables and animals. In reality, you're also producing when you're making parts like metal gear parts or making wooden decoration. Because you can use those products, you can trade them. It boosts, stimulates the economy. So you're actually producing when you're manufacturing. And I think we really forget about the fact that we all need to produce somehow. It's not just about farming vegetables or rearing livestock anymore. It's about taking control of our industrial destiny, from metal gearings and tools to wooden decorations and laser engravings. That's what I was talking about. Okay, moving on into the next section, the economic renaissance of domestic manufacturing. So I imagine it's like a golden time of U.S. homegrown manufacturing. Everyone is flourishing. Everyone is making parts. Everyone is selling. Everyone is buying. The economy is good. Technology, education, national IQ. It's gonna do so much. Okay, when we talk about bringing manufacturing back to our shores, we're envisioning an economic renaissance. It's about more than just patriotism. It's about practicality and prosperity. By localizing production, we reduce dependencies on international supply chains that are vulnerable to a global crisis, from pandemics to political unrest. This isn't just about securing our future. It's about creating jobs and fostering an environment where innovation can flourish. At Crafty Nub, we see the potential for a symbiotic ecosystem where every individual has the opportunity to contribute to economic growth. Imagine a community where your neighbor is not just a neighbor, but also a creator, innovator, or craftsman. This is the economy we envision. Vibrant, dynamic, self-sustaining. So when I picture everything that I've said here, I picture like how in World of Warcraft, the gnomes, they kind of like gather and live, and everyone is doing, innovating, crafting. That's what I'm visioning, right? Because everyone is smart, everyone is producing. So I think our society can really benefit. Everybody is producing parts and products and buying and selling. That's what I'm picturing. Our society, how it can be better by doing this. Technological advancement through innovation. The journey towards reclaiming our industrial prowess is intertwined with technological advancement. By focusing on domestic manufacturing, we're not just talking about going back to the basics. We're talking about propelling forward into the future. Crafty Nub desktop CNC machines represent this bridge between traditional and innovation. They are tools that empower individuals to create, innovate, and contribute to the technological landscape right from their homes or local workshops. This movement towards domestic manufacturing is also a step towards democratizing innovation. When people have the tools and resources to experiment, create, and manufacture, we unlock a wellspring of potential that can lead to breakthroughs in various fields from medicine to aerospace. And this really makes sense because traditionally only big institutes like schools or companies owns these kind of machineries where they can craft precise parts, make better tools for people to make other products. Usually it's not accessible to people, but now this desktop CNC machine, it is small form factor where you can fit it inside your house and inside your garage. People have more options to produce parts in better materials. It's not just like 3D printing. And of course, 3D printing was a revolutionary technology. You can print parts, but that's additive. To be able to do metal parts, it's hard to print metal, so you have to do a negative process. So that's why you need a CNC machine instead of a 3D printer. Okay, educational evolution, learning by making. Of course, I think one of the most profound impacts of bringing manufacturing back home is on education. The traditional model of learning followed by doing is evolving into a model where learning and doing happen simultaneously. Crafty Nub believes in this hands-on approach to education. When people learn to make, they gain skills that go beyond textbooks. They learn problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity. This educational evolution is crucial for our society's growth. As we produce and innovate, we learn. This cycle of learning and creating not only boosts our economy, but also elevates our collective intelligence. As a society, we get smarter as a whole. By investing in domestic manufacturing, we're investing in our nation's future leaders, thinkers, and innovators. At Crafty Nub, our mission is clear: to lead the charge in bringing manufacturing back to our country. Our desktop CNC machines are more than just tools. They are beacons of innovation, symbols of independence, and vehicles for education. We're not just selling products, we are advocating for a movement. We call upon individuals, communities, and policymakers to join us in this mission. It's time to shift the narrative from global dependency to local resilience. By bringing manufacturing back into our own hands, we're not just making products, we're making a statement. Our nation's greatness lies in the hands of its own people. Let's build a future where our economy thrives on the fruits of our own labor, where our technological advancements are homegrown, and our education system is a powerhouse of real-world learning and innovation. So join us at Crafty Nub and be part of the movement that crafts our nation's path to greatness. And I think by now, after you heard everything and you got to know about the idea, I think it's obvious that, having everyone produce parts and gears at home, if they're not already growing vegetables or livestock, will help society as a whole, because it's gonna drive people to think more, to compete more with each other, to have a better products. After they design the product, they can have a finished product on the same day because they have a CNC machine and they can make that part on the same day. Whereas right now it's gonna take weeks, even months to have a product out. So if everyone is tinkering, making products at home, it's gonna drive creativity, it's gonna drive education. If everyone is buying stuff, everyone is selling stuff, it's gonna drive the economy, and it's just better for everything as a whole. Your neighbors, they're super smart. Everyone is a problem solver. I saw from a video somewhere where a good country and a good economy starts with the basis. So first of all, you have agriculture. Second of all, you have industrial. And third of all, you have service. Those are the three things you need in society to have a good economy. And obviously those things can ditch one another. You have to know when you have good agriculture, you need to keep it. When you're going to industrial and so on, when you're going to service, you have to keep that level of quality. And the US is an agriculture country, but what we're lacking is industrial. Like, we were so advanced in the industrial level back in the 1950s when the war was going on. We were so advanced, but we kind of ditched that. We moved into service and we kept agriculture. We're so efficient in agriculture now. We kept those. That's how we were making so much money through agriculture and service, but not really industrial anymore. We're making high technology parts, right? We're not making low consumer parts in big batches. That's what China is doing, right? That's why we need to bring it back, because we have agriculture already. That's why everyone needs to be producing, or most needs to be producing. That's how they get jobs. That's how they make money. That they sell products and they buy products, right? And pay taxes. The country's gonna get better. Any way you think about this, the country's gonna be better if everyone's making parts, everyone's producing. You're either producing vegetables or livestock, or you're producing gear parts, or you're innovating. As long as you're producing something, the economy is gonna be good. Our country needs to drive innovation and production.